Hello, this is Peter with another video. Today I thought I'd just do a quick update on a few of my more recent citrus grafts. So new varieties that I've grafted either this year or last year which are starting to grow. There's more that I won't feature because they've not really started to do anything, although I will show my Miwa Kumquat graft, even though it's not done much yet. So yeah, this one I'm showing you here is supposed to be the New Zealand lemonade that I grafted last year. As you can see, I grafted it last September, so it's been over a year now, and it's done basically nothing until literally just a few weeks ago. I noticed a little bit of growth started to push out there. I moved it off the floor to keep slugs and snails from getting onto it as easily, and also because it's a bit warmer up here. The higher up in the greenhouse tends to be a little bit warmer. So yeah, it is thankfully starting to push a little bit of growth after nearly a whole year since I grafted it. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. It's meant to be a really good variety of lemon. It's supposed to be incredibly sweet. So it's supposed to taste more like lemonade, which is where it gets its name from, and originates from New Zealand, of course. Now while we're here, I will show this Miwa Kumquat graft that I did earlier in the year with a piece that my friend Brett gave me when I went down to London. I met him and Mobius down there. You can see I did 3 chipbud grafts. This bottom one has definitely failed. I can see it's gone brown. So yeah, that's definitely failed, and I think I did pull the parafilm off at one point and then put it back on again with some fresh parafilm. But yeah, that's definitely failed. This one, however, does still look green. You can see there, that's part of the chip bud, and it's green, and the bud in the middle, which has tried to grow, and then it fell off. I've had this happen before, and I think that's what happened with the New Zealand lemonade as well, so I don't give up on them because there is still possibility of new growth to develop from that same bud. That's definitely happened a few times before with my citrus grafts, so hopefully it will eventually push out. And the third graft here also looks like it potentially is still alive. I still see green in it, but no actual growth yet. And you can see I have cut the top off most of this, and I've also bent the stems back. I've not completely removed it because I want some sap flow to go up the main stem, but I've done this to try and force the buds lower down to start pushing out. So I'm hoping that might work. Now I've got plenty more down here which are still alive, but they've not grown. But I'll probably leave them out of this video, like this one here, the Star Ruby Grapefruit. You can see there, the bud has definitely taken. It might not be an active bud, but it is possible that it might develop some new growth eventually, so I never give up on them until they completely go brown. But over here I do have 2 exciting new varieties of Satsuma which are grafted, so let's have a look at these. So yeah, you can see this one here was an Oaki Satsuma, grafted that in February, and it took quite a while, but it did eventually start to push out back in summer, I think. It's been quite slow, but it is looking nice and healthy, dark green leaves at least. It definitely needs repotting. The soil's not great, and it's in a very small pot, which is definitely restricting the growth on it. But yeah, that's an Oaki Satsuma, and there is, it looks like new buds. Yeah, looks like the buds there might be starting to prepare to grow soon. So yeah, that's quite exciting. And now this one here, which I've just brought up from the floor as well, is also another Satsuma. And this is another variety that's quite rare. It's the Miwa Satsuma. I also grafted that back in February. And yeah, you can see it has put out 2 side shoots here from the scion I grafted. I used a cleft graft for both of those Satsuma grafts. So I find the cleft grafts and chipbud grafts work really well for citrus. And you can see some sooty mould on this leaf here. So I need to give that a clean, and there's also a slug, baby slug under there, which I'm going to get rid of. And there's also a little bit of scale I've just noticed now. It's probably where the sooty mould's coming from. So I'll get this cleaned, get rid of some of the scale that I've just noticed, and I'll probably give it a spray as well to hopefully prevent any more scale on it. But yeah, this, as you can see, definitely needs repotting. So yeah, the roots there are right at the bottom. It's very dry and sort of shrunk and compacted down, so that needs new soil in a bigger pot. But yeah, that's 2 new varieties of Satsuma that I've been very lucky to be able to graft. And they're both really rare varieties, at least in the UK. That's just a slug pellet that's got stuck on there. But yeah, really rare varieties in the UK and probably in Europe, to be fair. I don't really come across these varieties much, apart from in the US. Now, I know I'll get questions about where the scions came from. They came from a seller on Etsy. Earlier this year I got them from that seller. I think they were based in the Czech Republic, that seller. I did also do a couple more Satsumas. I think I did 2 of each variety, but these were the only ones that actually took. Actually, that's not true. I think some of the others have taken, but they've just not grown yet. But yeah, these 2 have definitely started to grow. This other one here is not looking in great health, I must admit. But yeah, this is another new variety to me. It's the Valencia Seedless Orange. So yeah, should be a Valencia orange. And I've done 2 grafts onto this rootstock here, 2 cleft grafts in this case. So yeah, you can see the graft on that one there. This one there. The parafilm has come off around the graft but hasn't come off the top part of the scion. You can see there's multiple shoots coming from both of those grafts. The leaves have been attacked by slugs and snails, unfortunately. But again, this does need repotting. You can see also where I attempted to do some chipbud grafts, which failed. But actually now, the looks like the cambium layer has actually healed over. It's starting to heal over the wound I made. So the bud actually didn't take, and I've pulled them out. But yeah, the cambium layer started to recover, and bark starting to form over the top of that wound, which is good to see. Yeah, definitely needs repotting as well. So that's how many now? We've got 4 new varieties here that I've definitely taken and started to grow. Valencia Orange, the Lemonade Lemon, New Zealand Lemonade. Also these 2 Satsuma varieties, the Ayazaki and the Miho Satsuma. So yeah, I'm quite pleased so far. Obviously I've got probably another 6 or 7 plants in this greenhouse in different areas which have got grafts that I've taken but not started to push yet. So I'm hoping maybe next year. It's going to be too cool soon for the buds to start growing, so it'll probably be spring or summer next year when those other ones start to develop. But yeah, quite pleased so far with some of these new grafted varieties. And yeah, I'll definitely get these repotted into slightly bigger pots. I had to order some new pots in because I ran out of smaller, well, you know, a little bit bigger than this. I'm looking for 2 to 3 litre sizes, I'd say, for this. Just need to get rid of all this moss. I'll leave it for now because it is keeping moisture in. So yeah, I'll get these all repotted over the next couple of weeks into slightly bigger pots, and then that'll be it until next year. I won't be doing anything else with them really. Probably won't be warm enough for them to grow much over the next few months. But maybe if we get some sunny conditions, they might do a little bit better inside this greenhouse. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, the rootstock I'm using on all of these is Ponceres trifoliata, which is a very hardy rootstock. It's fully hardy in the UK, but the only main problem is that it actually does suffer from root rot in our damp conditions. But yeah, it's much hardier than anything else you can graft onto. And it does also keep your plant quite compact as well, which is great for growing in a container. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little look at some of these new grafted varieties of citrus I've had a go at doing myself. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll be sure to keep you all up to date with how these citrus get on. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.